Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Analyst says XRP XLS-66 for yield is not easy passive income. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay, for my regular viewers on my channel, it's been a little while since I've done a free thought video, so I just wanted to do this one because I think it's easier for me to explain it just free flow, so I'm going to do that. So this is just in regards to the new update that's coming in. I know a lot of people are going to be excited for this, and this isn't to say that, you know, not to do it. It's just to give you a bit of a heads up so you can be a little bit more informed about how you do this, and just to approach with caution, right? Because I want all you guys to make money, of course. I want you to just be careful, because the last thing that you want to do is lose your XRP and lose your money, right? So this is just a quick heads up for you. So I'm going to just read some parts of this article just to help you understand how this works, and then obviously I'll just give you a quick breakdown at the end, okay? So the first thing it says here is no automatic interest payments. According to the analysts, many users assume that depositing XRP into vaults will generate regular payouts directly into their wallets. However, that is not the case. Instead of earning periodic interest, users receive multi-purpose tokens in brackets MPTs when they deposit XRP into a single asset vault. These tokens represent their share of pooled XRP. Any interest generated from lending activity stays inside the vault, increasing the overall value of the pool rather than being distributed as direct payments. Profits are only realized when users redeem their MPTs. At that point, they receive their share of the XRP in the vault, including any accumulated gains. Notably, the XLS-66 model introduces a structured lending system within the XRP Ledger ecosystem. Deposited XRP is pooled and made available for lending through a loan broker, typically an institution or specialized operator. Loans issued through the system are fixed term, usually between 30 and 180 days, uncollateralized, meaning no on-chain collateral is posted, approved using off-chain credit assessments. Borrowers repay both principal and interest, which is then added back into the vault over time. This increases the redemption value of MPTs held by depositors. To reduce risk, loan brokers provide a, quote, first loss buffer, unquote, a capital reserve to absorb initial losses if borrowers default. Only when losses exceed this buffer would depositors begin to take a hit. Institutional players dominate borrowing. The system is not designated for everyday consumer loans. Instead, the main borrowers are expected to be institutions such as market makers, payment providers, fintech firms, exchanges, and large XRP holders managing liquidity. This institutional focus explains the short loan durations and reliance on traditional credit underwriting processes. Active strategy required. Despite the appeal of earning yield, the analyst stresses that XLS-66 is not a, quote, set it and forget it, unquote, system. To manage risk and optimize returns, users may need to adopt strategies like staggered redemptions. One example shared involves splitting XRP across multiple vaults and periodically redeeming portions on a rotating schedule. This, quote, redeem and redeploy, unquote, approach allows its users to realize profits regularly, monitor vault performance, shift funds away from underperforming operators, keep most capital continuously deployed. Over time, this can create a balance between earning yield and maintaining flexibility. Okay, I'll leave it there. So, the thing that I just wanted to get to this is obviously, just like it says here, it's not one of these things where it's really just passive income. Like, it is passive income in the sense of, you know, you're not necessarily working for it, but you are going to have to monitor it, right? It's not like, for example, if you've got like a savings account where you just put the money in the savings account and you just get your interest added on over time without having to do anything. You are going to have to monitor it because your XRP is at risk. Your money is at risk at the end of the day. So I just wanted to basically highlight this for you guys because look, I get it. At the end of the day, with crypto, the whole idea is to try and make profit. And if you've got things like this where you can make profit, especially when you don't necessarily have to sell the XRP, right? You've just got it there earning a yield for you without you even having to actually sell, you know, the actual XRP token. It's great. You know what I mean? And I do want to say, like, if you can be responsible with this, it can be incredible. But as it just said here, it's not really designed for the average retail user. So you've got to understand you are going into a system that's not necessarily designed for you to benefit from. It's not really designed for you in mind. So you guys have got to kind of play to their rules to try and make it work, because it's not really designed for you guys, right? So all I'm going to say is, I'm not saying don't use it. Of course, if you want to use it, but just do some research. Make sure you really understand what you're doing, because you are playing with your capital. Regardless, there is always risk. It's never risk free. And, you know, just be as responsible as you can be. You know, like, this isn't going to guarantee that you're always going to do it right. You can make mistakes, but I just want to do my part in letting you guys know that this isn't going to be just straightforward. So I'm obviously wishing you guys all the best if you do choose to use this. I'm going to decide. I'm not 100% sold on it just yet, because again, you know, it is risky. So it is something that I'm going to want to do some research on before I feel comfortable. But again, I'm not everybody. Different people have different types of risk appetite. So it really does just come down to the person. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to say that this is a bad thing. I'm just trying to make you aware that you've got to be careful here, because it's not as easy as just putting it up. Because it's not as easy as just you put your capital up and then you just earn a passive income and that's it. That's not how this works. Like, there is going to be risk involved, and there is going to be a level of strategy that you're going to need to put into this. So I'll leave it there, guys. Wishing you all the best with this. As I say, just good luck. But as I say, just do as much research as you can. Just be really careful with this, because the last thing you want to do is put this up thinking, you know, you're going to make this yield and whatnot, and then you lose your money and your XRP. Yeah. So just a quick heads up on that one. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like and subscribe so you can be updated for future XRP content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted on when I do drop a new video. And I'll see you all on the next one.